In this episode of How It Works, we'll be going over the economics of World of Warships. We'll be going over the XP and credits, the expenses, and finally, the credits and XP modifiers. The three sources that I'll be using from World of Warships are very out of date, so I'll be giving an up-to-date version on all of the economics of World of Warships. So let's get started with the first video.
What actions bring players more XP and credits? What impact does ship type have on its profitability? You can find the answers in this episode of How It Works.
By performing different actions in battle, players add credits and base XP to their virtual account. The following activities are rewarded: damaging enemy ships, discovering or destroying enemy ships or aircraft, capturing, defending or blocking capture of bases or key areas, and for your allies, dealing damage resulting from your spotting.
Apart from this, XP and credits are awarded for received and blocked damage, as well as potential damage. The sum of maximum damage any shell, bomb, or torpedo that either struck or passed within a 700-meter radius around your ship could have inflicted.
So the information that just said is correct. The only thing I would say is that spotting damage is almost equal to actual damage nowadays than it used to be. It wasn't as much, but nowadays it's worth a lot more doing spotting damage.
Of course, players get the most XP and credits for inflicting damage and sinking ships. At the same time, the amount of damage you inflict on a specific ship is not as important as the percentage of its entire HP pool that the damage represents.
For example, if you deal 90% of damage to Shimakaze and 90% to Montana, you'll receive the same amount of XP and credits in both instances.
Now, this means that if, say, you do 18,000 damage to a Shima, if he has 20,000 health, right? And this is just rough estimates. And then you do, say, 98,000 damage to a Yamato or something that has 100,000 damage. It's essentially the same XP-wise and credit-wise. It's essentially the same. That's why we always say to go after destroyers and submarines, because you will earn more credits and more XP damage-wise, like per damage, than just damaging a bigger number. So say you do half the health of a sub. So say a submarine has 20,000 health total and you do 10,000 of it, right? And that's 50%. That's going to be the same if a battleship has 100,000 health and you do 50,000. So it's way less work, but you earn way more from it. So that's why we always try to tell new players to go after destroyers and subs, because you also earn more. And that also goes with cruisers, and it goes with anything. So percentage base is always the best way to earn more credits and XP.
Destroying an enemy brings you approximately the same amount of XP as robbing a ship of 1/10 of its HP.
And this is the XP and things for if you get a kill as well, or if you're trying to steal it, which I wouldn't recommend stealing a kill, but making sure a target is killed is very important.
And credits 1/4 of its HP.
The tier of the ship that you damage plays a considerable role in credits and experience earned. Thus, if Tier 8 North Carolina deals 30,000 damage to, for example, Tier 10 Yamato, she will receive significantly more experience when compared to dealing the same amount of damage to Tier 6 Fuso.
Now, this is why when I try to tell people if you're being up-tiered, say you're in a Tier 6 ship fighting a Tier 8, do as much damage as you can in that match. Do not give up, because you can earn way more when fighting them. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to go when guns to the wall. That means just try to be further back, farm them from a distance back. And that's why if you're in a match with a lot of down tiers, try to focus the same tier amount of ships. So say you're at a Tier 8 and there are a bunch of Tier 6s in your match, focus the Tier 8s if you can, to make sure you earn a good amount of credits and XP. This is also why super ships are really bad for earning XP at all, and it's because of the fact that there's a lot of the time they're shooting ships that are lower tier, so they're earning less XP. So that's why you never use super ships for any kind of XP or credit farming ever. Never, and that's why.
Destroying enemy aircraft follows dealing damage and destroying ships as the second best way to earn credits and
Yes, this is amazing. This also works for fighters as well. So if you're using fighters to shoot down planes, that also works as well, by the way.
XP. The aircraft type doesn't matter, but a tier of the ship it took off from does.
This also means for ASW planes, for fighters, any kind of aircraft you shoot down, you get credits and XP from.
Last but not least, capturing, defending and blocking a base or key area is another fundamental in generating XP and credits. One captured key area equals 2/3 of a completely destroyed ship in terms of XP, and 1/3 in terms of credits. If several ships capture an area, the reward depends on the percentage of your contribution to the capture. The same principle applies to the defense of key areas or bases. The reward for blocking capture depends directly on its duration.
That information is correct.
Apart from these three methods, there are additional ways of earning in battle. These bring a small portion of the entire XP per battle and depend on ship type. Battleships earn the most for potential damage, followed by cruisers, destroyers, and aircraft carriers in this particular order.
Okay, so submarines are not on this list, and they never really said publicly about where submarines are on this list. Just assume that submarines are going to be right around the same place as aircraft carriers and destroyers.
Cruisers receive the most for spotting an enemy ship, then, by order, destroyers, aircraft carriers, and battleships. For damage upon
For spotting an enemy, submarines are right around the same spot as a destroyer.
spotting destroyers, cruisers, aircraft carriers, and battleships.
Also, right here, submarines are right here alongside destroyers here.
Take active part in battle to earn more XP and credits. Shoot, capture key areas, provide reconnaissance, and dodge return fire. You'll receive a deserved reward for your actions. The next episode.
Yep, so the more that you do in a battle, the more that you get XP and credits wise. That's why I always tell people to keep fighting in the battle. Don't just run off the map and not doing anything. You can still kite off if you have to and still do something. The more you do, the more you get, is what I'm trying to say.
Episode of how it works, we will tell you about ship maintenance and how much it costs. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we're going to go on to the next part, which is going to be the expenses of the economics.
Today, we're going to talk about expenses and the post-battle service of your ships.
If you're the last man standing against a prevalent enemy force, the best thing you can do from an economic point of view is to spend your remaining HP on causing as much damage as possible. Running away to the edge of the map and waiting for the red team to win by capturing the base won't achieve anything.
This is what we try to tell people all the time. If you see a match is still a blowout, still try to do something, because it's better than you doing nothing and still not earning that much, if that makes sense. It's better for you to at least try to do something, damage a destroyer, damage anything to be at least earn something.
It really doesn't matter whether your ship perishes in battle or returns to port undamaged. You'll pay exactly the same sum in credits to service her in both situations.
If you heard that right there, there was a belief for a very long time that if your ship did not blow up, you would have a cheaper service price. This information that they just said is very correct. No matter what you do, you will pay the same service costs for your ship maintenance, as in repairing your ship, if you take damage or not. It is the same no matter what.
The cost is fixed for every ship and doesn't depend on the amount of damage she sustains in battle. So there's no point in hiding, and you'll earn a lot more if you go down fighting anyway.
All post-battle expenses are split into required and optional. A ship's post-battle service falls into the first category and is deducted from your earnings immediately after each battle.
That's correct.
The higher a ship's tier is, the more expensive her maintenance costs are.
This also includes super ships, and super ships are the most expensive. They're at the very bottom. It is the most expensive.
Apart from this, you need to pay to replenish the ammunition of any ship you take into battle. It means you pay for every shot you fire and each torpedo you launch in battle.
This also goes for depth charges, well as aircraft from carriers.
However, the ammunition for dual-purpose and AA guns is replenished for free. The captains of aircraft carriers pay for every plane they lose in battle.
And for airstrikes from the Dutch, by the way.
Now, let's look at the optional expenses. This relates to the replenishment of camouflages and economic signal flags after each.
Okay, so this section is very out of date. The camouflages and everything else are very different from now, so I'm going to do my best to talk about it as they talk about it.
Battle. It's only relevant when the player has enabled auto resupply and purchase in the corresponding tabs,
that's correct.
and they don't have the signal flags or camos available in storage.
If you don't have enough credits to cover the necessary post-battle service expenses, you won't be able to take that ship back into battle until you've earned enough to pay for her repairs and resupply. At the same time, unpaid optional expenses for things such as camouflages and signal flags won't prevent you from taking a ship into battle without those things, of course.
They didn't showcase signals there, but yes, signals are also part of expenses.
You can reduce the cost of the post-battle service by 10% by mounting the India Bravo Terra 3 signal
That is not a thing. That is no longer a thing. That information's out of date.
flag. Permanent
That is out of date.
camouflages and some types of
Camouflages cannot reduce your service costs at all.
expendable ones, such as for meritorious
Nope, out of date.
service
Nope,
and Blue Lagoon,
nope, out of date.
also apply a discount to the post-battle service cost. Apart from
Out of
this,
date.
if you're a member of a clan, you can reduce the cost by a further 5 to 50.
Yes, this information is correct. That's why you encourage people to get into clans, because a lot of clans have their bases at higher level, which allows you to reduce your service costs.
15% depending on the number of expansions that have been made to your dry dock.
Bonuses from camouflages, signal flags, and the clan base are summed up. Watch the next.
Again, camouflages are not part of that at all, and signals do not reduce the service cost. The only thing that does is premiums, which we're going to be getting into in the next video. Okay, so this is the one with the credits and XP modifiers.
In the previous episode of How It Works, we discussed how players can earn and spend XP and credits. In today's episode, we're going to tell you about modifiers that increase your in-game income.
Let's start with XP. The first modifier is victory. A win gives you an additional 50%. The amount of base XP you earn depends on whether you achieve a victory or suffer a defeat, and you
That is correct.
can see your earnings under the Team Score tab of the post-battle statistics screen. Don't forget that your in-game income will differ depending on the selected battle type. For example, a victory in a random battle will earn you more XP than a successful co-op battle.
This is also correct. Normally, when we talk about XP and credit earnings, we're mostly referring to randoms. I'll explain the order real quick of the best and worst ways to earn XP and credits in the game real quick. In the game World of Warships itself, the top ones in the game are going to be clan battles, randoms, and ranked. They're right around that same order right there. Then you're going to have operations right below that, like right below it, because operations does earn you a good amount as well. Then you're going to have asymmetric battles alongside brawls. They're going to be like right there. Then you're going to have co-op. Now that does not include special modes. Sometimes they include special modes that are really random, where they can earn either a lot or a little. And I can't really predict that as of now, because yeah, they do so many of those that's kind of hard to predict.
The Credits and XP tab displays your final results with all modifiers applied to them. For combat missions, the amount of XP and sum of credits you earn depends on the specific mission. The most important aspect is to meet the requirements of the mission. Next, go to the multipliers if you have them installed.
I was going to say that if you look right here, the AT flag, very out of date. That's out of date. This is out of date as well. These are not in the game.
Have them installed. A camouflage providing
Again, the camouflages do not give any sort of economic bonuses. They just make your ship look cool or uglier. Depends upon your taste.
Bonuses, economic signals. For example, equal speed Charlie London.
There are no economic signals in the game. They've gone away with that system a long time ago.
Plus 50% XP per battle.
Yes, there are no more any economic signals in the game. What they have done is that as of now, there are 4 separate categories for economic bonuses in World of Warships. There are bonuses to credits, ship XP, commander XP, and free XP. And in those 4 different categories, there are 4 rarities with a 5th rarity that was just added. That 5th rarity is now legendary grade. Of course, the grays earn you the least bonus, while the greens earn you more. And then the blues are 4 times green. The reds are double the blues, and then the golds are triple the blues, what they earn you. So that's the ratio that they did for all of them. So that means the free XP originally, the reds were 7,200 XP for the bonus. Now the reds are going to be 4,800, and then the gold is going to be 7,200 to match the ratio that they have. This also means that on tech tree ships, you're now able to buy bonus packages where you're able to buy essentially mini premium bonuses on your tech trees to allow them to earn more credits, ship XP, commander XP, and free XP. But they do not have the hidden credit bonus that premium ships have from tier 2 to tier 9.
And special signals. For example, Basilisk plus 75% XP per battle plus 30%.
This signal does not exist. They do not exist anymore.
Credits per battle. Your income also depends on the status of the ship you choose to helm in battle. Premium ships from tier 2 through tier 9 bring more credits to their owners than researchable ships.
This is correct with just the statement I just said earlier, as well as the fact that all premium ships from the tier 2 to tier 9, they have a hidden stat that they make more credits, with tier 9 earning the most and tier 8 earning a little bit earning less than they do. And as you go down the tiers, of course, it earns lower. But tier 9 premium ships earn the most credits in the game. For XP, free XP, and commander XP, tier 10 special ships earn the most in the game. Tier 10 special ships do not have the same credit enhancement like the tier 2 through tier 9 premium ships. They earn roughly around the same as a tier 8 premium, if you want to put it like as a reference. All premium ships and special ships have reduced post battle costs, so it allows you to save more credits while you're running them. Also, all premium ships and special ships allow you to transfer your commander to them for free. So a lot of people use premiums to train their commanders on as well, just for that reference point. Also, for tech tree ships that have those premium packages on them as a reference point for a tier 10, it's going to run roughly around the same as like a tier 7 premium, and mostly due to the service cost. So that's why we always say try to farm credits in a premium ship and not a tech tree. You can farm commander XP, free XP, and ship XP on the tech trees if you want to, because those aren't as affected as much. But on the credit side, it does a lot. But if you want to farm commander XP, free XP, and stuff like that, the higher tier you play, the more of that you will earn. Also, submarines, sadly enough, are technically the best ship XP, or the best free XP and commander XP farmers in the game. And one of the best places to do it is in operations.
If you're in a clan and you develop your clan base, you'll receive a bonus which increases the amount of XP earned by all clan members.
But you can also still do it in randoms or wherever else you want to do it. But technically, like randoms is still really good too. It's just easier in operations. You can farm it easier there, but randoms also do really good. Also, in the clan battles, if you're not in clan battles, but if you're in a clan, all clans have these abilities you can make where you're able to earn more XP, as well as more credits, more free XP, and commander XP. So that's why we always try to tell people to get into clans, so you're able to earn more by being in one. So don't just stay out of one. You need to try to get into a clan. And there's a wide variety of ways to do it. You can join the official Discord to do it. There's websites you can find for in Discord as well if you're just playing the game. People throw out invites all the time to people that are just playing the game too.
And for your first victory of the day, you'll get additional 50% XP for the battle. Finally, premium account is
that information is correct.
A global modifier. Regardless of the outcome of each battle, Wargaming Premium account grants you 50% more XP and credit.
Okay, so Wargaming has it where if you play multiple of their games, so say you play World of Warships, World of Tanks, and World of Warplanes, or you only play 2 of them, you're able to buy a premium account for your Wargaming account and not just for the game. So it helps you save money rather than paying for each separate premium account. You're able to buy just a Wargaming premium account that allows you to have plus 50% XP earnings, commander earnings. XP also count, experience earnings also counts for free XP, and it also allows you to be 50% more credits per battle.
Warships Premium account, 65% more XP and 50% more credits.
Yes, so but you do not earn as much as a World of Warships premium account. And before you say, can you combine both of those premiums? No, you cannot. So if you have a premium account for World of Warships, you will just earn the higher earnings from that one and not from the Wargaming premium account.
You can see 2 tables under the Credits and XP tab. One with Premium account and one without, or Wargaming Premium account and Warships Premium account. The one that is currently active for your account is highlighted.
Ship XP is calculated using the following formula. The base XP is multiplied by the premium account coefficient, a sum of all modifiers, and the XP for the first victory of the day.
Okay, I'm just going to say this too. Submarines have some of the highest base XP earnings in the game. So if you're trying to farm particular things, sadly enough, submarines actually are the best base XP farmers in the game, while aircraft carriers are the worst. Destroyers are a little bit second, right around, like they're below submarines, and then cruisers and battleships are around the same level as each other. And then aircraft carriers are the very bottom. Like not even the very bottom. They're like so far down. It's ridiculously how bad it is to earn base XP in a carrier.
Commander XP, however, consists of the ship XP with all
Zulu Hotel no longer exists.
modifiers applied to all bonuses that directly increase Commander XP.
Free XP is calculated according to the same principle. We multiply the total ship XP with all modifiers applied by 0.05 and by all modifiers applied to free XP. To see what modifiers influence the amount of free XP you earned, hover the mouse cursor over it under the Credits and XP tab.
To conclude the economic episodes of How It Works, we would like to say that in World of Warships, your income is in your hands. Of course, modifiers can help you considerably increase the sum of credits and amount of XP you earn. But remember that these bonuses only build upon the basis that you create by actively participating in battles. So don't...
Yes, so what they're saying is the more active you are, the more you earn. Okay, so I'll give some general tips real quick for the end of this video for economics. So the best way to utilize your economic bonuses is that normally when you're doing lower tiers as you're working up the tiers, you want to use more like your grays. You don't want to use a lot of them. You want to use them as you're going up. You want to use the ship XP like grays at maybe around tier 4, like maybe it's around tier 5, tier 6. You want to use the greens maybe around tier 7-ish and 8 going up to tier 9, tier 10 using the greens. Blues for ship XP is around tier 9, tier 10, since it's going to be the hardest to do that there. For the credits, you want to save those almost exclusively for your premium ships. Even if you're playing tech trees, you want to take some time and farm credits in your premium ships. If you don't have any premium ships, what you can do is save enough coal to get yourself a coal ship to be able to farm credits that way, because coal ships do count as premium ships as long as they're in that tier 2 to tier 9 range. The tier 10 coal ships count as special ships, so they don't earn as much as the tier 9s. So your goal is to get yourself a coal ship in the nation that you're grinding to be able to farm your commander on it, as well as farming credits. So you're able to put higher level bonuses on that premium to be able to earn more free XP, commander XP. Do not put ship XP on your premium ships unless you're going to be spending money to transfer your ship XP from that premium to a line. And sorry, not transfer, but to make it into free XP. And I don't recommend doing that because it's a really big waste of money. So I would say to save your ship XPs for grinding lines. I would also say that if you're playing tier 10 ships a lot and you bought a premium package for like a favorite tier 10 of yours, you are able to put free XP and commander XP bonuses on that ship to be able to earn more, to be able to maximize your earnings for that. Since tier 10 tech trees with the special package or the premium package, whatever it's called, it allows you to be able to earn as much free XP, commander XP as the special ships at tier 10, right? The only thing that isn't the same is the credit earnings of the lower. So you can still earn the same amount of credits as a special ship. You're just a tech tree with a special package. So yes, if you guys have any particular question or concerns, let me know in the comments down below. Again, this is the first time I've ever done a react watching and talking about like how it works economics like in this way, and I want you guys' feedback on it so I can make them better in the future on how my editor edited stuff, how it looks overall, or just let me know overall in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate that because I'm trying to give up-to-date information on a lot of the old guides that World of Warships has very much left out of date. They're very, very old, and I'm trying to help the community by giving as much up-to-date information on the fundamentals of the game. So just help me out with that. So I would greatly appreciate that. And if there's any other tips and comments you guys want me to write as well, let me know in that as well. And I'll do my best to write stuff down in the comments as well. And I will see you guys in the next How It Works episode. All right, deuces.